Hello, everybody. Today was a beautiful day, so we finally decided to get outside and get some cleaning done. Most of the summer was rainy. Some days were cold. Some days were really hot. I don't know what's going on with Mother Nature, but the weather was just all over the place, and we just had a hard time getting outside when we weren't busy working and doing other things to get cleaning done. So now that fall is upon us, we figured it was a perfect time to get out. We have this small little shed here where we keep, outside tools, a lawnmower, weed whacker, things like that. So we're just trying to clean it up, organize a little bit better, put things back away. We're also getting a little pressure washing done today. We did it not too long ago on our outside chairs and things, but today we're gonna get the mats cleaned off and a few other things that have been left out that have gathered quite a bit of dirt on them. This is a pretty small shed. We thought we actually got a bigger one when we had ordered it, but unfortunately it's what we got. We're not planning on taking it back and waiting to get another one, and it kind of fits on this little pad pretty well. It's sitting on the concrete there. This is technically our driveway here. We did plan on putting it out in our yard. I'm not sure if we'll do that next year or not. We have tons of plans in place for this house. It's taken us a long time to get a lot of things achieved. I work full-time. My husband works part-time. We do have 2 kids and just a lot always going on in life. I'm sure everybody feels that. Just doesn't seem like enough time during the day. But anyhow, I'm just going to keep continuing pulling things out, organizing, getting rid of things I know we don't need. Oh my God, I got so dirty after using the leaf blower and cleaning out the shed there. I just don't know what the best way is to clean it. The broom doesn't really get into the grooves as well, and stuff was just all over the place, and it really activated my allergies. Alright, I'm just organizing this storage trunk here. This is where we keep some outside games and frisbees, skewers that we use for making s'mores around the fire, all that sort of stuff. There was a lot of garbage that accumulated outside, so I'm just going to take the time and clean it up. We replaced one of the lights outside next to the door. You can't see it in the frame though, unfortunately. It was a really old one, so that had to go. Got these 2 chairs recently on clearance at Walmart. Haven't used them yet, so they're going to get stored away until next year. And like I said, there's some pressure washing being done. We had to pressure wash some outside mats, fans that we're going to store away now that the fall season is upon us here and it's going to get a little cooler out. We also started taking the pool apart, so had to get all those pieces. That's what I'm keeping in that one tote. We also had an outside canopy, a metal one that was over this picnic table that broke pretty recent in one of the really windy storms we had, so you saw me taking those pieces to the dumpster. And this piece that I'm carrying, that's from in our kitchen pantry. We recently did a little makeover on that. We also had to replace the vent hood in our kitchen, and that's another piece I'm taking to the trash. Like I said, a lot of stuff just got accumulated and just got put outside. I have a couple of these, I don't know really what you call them. They're not necessarily signs, but you stick them in your yard. There's a wooden one with a bunny rabbit for Easter, and then I have a frog one and an owl one. So yeah, you just stick them in your yard. But since it's going to start getting cooler out and it's going to be winter in a couple months, I'm just not going to put them out. I'm going to store them back away. And that's the tote I was talking about that we're going to store the rest of the pool stuff in. So here's a look at the shed. I mean, it's still packed with a lot of stuff in it, but it's definitely much more organized than when it was. It may not look like it, but it's, I mean, we can see pretty much everything that's in there. And again, this is why we wanted a bigger shed, but that's not what we got. So this is a pile I still have yet to work on, which I did not get to do this day. I did about a week after, actually, but it is part of this video. See, I'm just gonna finish cleaning off the table here and use the leaf blower on the rest of the driveway, and I ended up changing out that mat. That was something that you should be using inside, not outside. I wasn't really sure at first. And then this was, like I said, about a week later. I ended up blowing the leaves around the house, starting with the front porch and then on the side of the house. I have yet to decorate for fall outside. Again, I don't do too much fall decorating or Christmas decorating outside. We do have outside outlets, but they don't work. So I can't really put anything that requires electricity, like lights or anything like that. So eventually we'll get some pumpkins, let the kids carve them, then we'll put them out front here. And I usually like to put like hay bales out, or my husband will make a scarecrow to put on one of the chairs. We did some trimming of the shrubs also. One side of the bushes on our porch tend to grow faster than the other ones, so we always have to trim them down so it makes them look somewhat decent. And we ended up hanging a new wreath up for fall. I think I might add something to this. I'm not sure if we're meant to or not. That's how it was sold, but it does look pretty plain. And then I finished cleaning up the backyard that I never finished the previous week. Again, this stuff doesn't fit in a shed, so the bikes I moved towards the picnic table for now. They will eventually get covered up and put probably in the behind the shed. Again, it's not as organized as I'd like it to be because there's just not enough space. We have too much stuff, and this stuff we kind of got to keep. So, well, thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed watching us clean our outside backyard and a little bit of cleaning the leaves in our front yard. Have a good day. Thank you.